Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. Now today's video we're going to be talking about Flores, and to get us started here guys, we're going to be over on Villa. We're going to be attacking the statuary bomb site. Now in the statuary bomb site, the reason why I like playing Flores here is because typically people will place their utility on the master doorway, specifically a shield. Maybe they use frost, maybe they don't, maybe they use like echo or something, you know what I mean? But usually they're going to be putting a shield on the master doorway. So what I usually like to do is I usually like to play Flores because you have the claymores or you have flashbangs, so you can use claymores for the windows, you can use your Flores drones to get rid of the utility. That's the rough idea of why I'm playing Flores in this position. And the other important thing that I really should quickly mention is that I do also enjoy Flores as kind of like a soft destruction type of operator. So something that I like to do for this bomb site in particular is when the enemy team runs head holes, I like to open up the head holes using the Flores because it makes it a little bit more difficult for enemy team to play the position outright. Now right here it is unfortunately going to turn into a 1v3. There is one guy that's going to be playing the closet aggressively here trying to peek me, which is the Frost, but I'm going to end up getting myself a free kill onto him using the upside down rappel on the master window, which I do really like as like a potential play because you can peek through the head holes, you can peek the master door, you can peek closet for anybody playing in there to get yourself free kills if you're good with the upside down rappel like I am. Now, the thing that I'm doing here, guys, is, and the basic understanding that I want you guys to have here is that it's a 1v2 position. Right here, I'm going to shoot out the frost mat for underneath the master window here by once again going on the upside down rappel. But the idea here is that it's a 1v2 position. I need to find a way to turn this into a 1v1 position. Now, luckily, I do have a Valk in this position. So one thing that you can probably safely assume is that Valkyrie is probably going to be underneath trying to look for some kind of rat play where he uses his nitrous sound. Now, right here, there's going to be a cab that's going to walk into statue in response to me droning. And this is basically going to open up a play for where I can single him out by flashing him. He's going to end up rotating onto the statuary wall right here. So I'm going to flash him again. Then I'm going to run towards the door because this is going to flush him into me because he's going to try to run to avoid the flashbang. Now right here, I'm going to go ahead and actually just assume that Valkyrie is below in this position. A lot of people when they play Valkyrie, they tend to just play below, which is actually a common mistake that Valkyrie players make, is because they think they can just win the round by using a nitrous cell. However, they don't know that a lot of bomb sites have very specific spots that are just safe plants. And so right here, I drone out Trophy, I drone out Astro. I see that he's not in there, so I just assume that in this position that he's going to be playing below. Now, there is a world where he could have been like bathroom, for example. But since I didn't die while I was on the bed droning in that position, that means he wasn't in bathroom in that specific moment. And that means the only possible place that he can actually play is going to be below looking for the nitrous cell. So right here, what is going to end up happening is he's actually going to make audio from inside of Astro. So I'm going to go ahead and swing the rotate that I made earlier in the round and get myself a free kill on the Valkyrie right there to secure the round. By the way, the reason why I swung Valkyrie in that specific moment is because he made audio instead of Astro shooting towards bathroom for whatever reason, which tells me that he's going to try to rotate into statue any moment now, and he knows that I was playing outside the master window, so he might think it's safe, so he might swing into statue, like basically assuming that I'm going to play safe in that position, which is why I swung early to try to catch him off guard. As well as the other thing is that if he does successfully make it to the default plant in that moment, it's going to be a lot more difficult for me to actually be able to win the round, because then I'm going to have to jump in while he's defusing. He might fake defuse to try to get me to hop in early and then swing me. Like, there's a lot of play for him there, so I decided to take the gunfight early to try to win the round that way, and I did luckily get the kill and secure the round like that. Now right here, I wanted to show you guys some quick little Flores tech where you can actually pick up your Flores drones if you don't detonate them, and I feel like this is important to note because I know a lot of people tend to put down their Flores drones like all at once, if that makes sense, to try to get utility quick and then kind of like play with the rest of their team, and then later on in the round they might feel like, oh, I should have waited before I used all my Flores drones because now there's a shield in front of me that I forgot to get rid of, you know what I mean? So I do feel like those little type of tips are actually really important to note. And in this next clip, the other thing that I wanted to show is that you can also do that when you get mute chambered. Like when your Flores drone gets mute chambered, you can actually pick up your drone in that regard as well. Now the only time that you can't actually pick it up is when you actually detonate it. That's the only time you actually can't pick it up. Because what ends up happening is, like, obviously if you detonate it, you know what I mean, why would it be able to go back into your pocket? But if it gets mute chambered, which is what's going to happen in this clip, so you're going to see here, I'm going to drive my drone, it's going to get mute chambered outside, and then I'm just going to walk up, pick it up, and we're good to go. Now the next tip I want to give you guys when it comes to Flores is going to be in relation to free kills. I know you guys love that. Long story short, the concept that I want you guys to understand is that when you guys put down a Flores drone and there's somebody playing close to you or in a position where like they're pretty close by where like it's very easy for you to swing into them, however they can't actually get to you. So like for example, it would be me outside the main breach here and somebody's playing inside of dorms but they're in a position where I can't kill them easily. Unless I take a very aggressive approach to actually getting rid of them from their position. Now, there's going to be a Goyle that's playing inside of dorms here. He's going to be in a position where apparently my teammates are not able to shoot him from the window. And so the idea that I need to do is that I need to force him out of that position and basically get him to look at my Flores drone or move out of the way from my Flores drone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive my Flores drone into him. I'm not going to detonate it though. I'm going to get off my drone to get him out of his position because he's going to assume I'm going to try to blow it up on top of him. So he's going to move out of the way, which is going to open up me being able to swing into him and get myself a free kill. Hopefully that idea makes a little bit of sense. It does especially work out a lot whenever the enemy team assumes you're going to be just spamming your drones like to get rid of utility. That's when I feel like it's like the best opportunity to use a trick like that, because a lot of people just assume you're just going to spam your Flores drones and just detonate them and just try to get rid of utility, and they're not going to do any type of fancy play where you try to swing before, you know what I mean, popping that utility, you know what I mean? So a lot of the times there's actually a lot of potential to do a play like that where you get off your drone early and just swing somebody to get them out of their position using the Flores drones. And also, like, technically you don't even have to like drive your Flores drones into them. Sometimes you could just drive it like into the building and make the enemy players think that you're just on your drone trying to drive it to like whatever piece of utility they're trying to get rid of. And then like instead of going and just driving it all the way over to like a piece of utility, you just let it keep driving and they're just going to be confused for a second because they're going to be thinking that you're on your Flores drone, but then all of a sudden you're just swinging them and getting a free kill onto them. Now, next up we're going to be on Chalet here. We're going to be on the basement bomb site attacking for wine here. And the general idea with why I'm playing Flores here is because I want to get rid of the zombie barriers. I want to get any utility that's on the main walls. Specifically the zombie barriers though, that's probably the most important thing that I'm looking out for in this position. Now right here I'm holding the door angle specifically for blue door swing or blue door itself, and I just want to see if there's any potential that somebody swings me here. And since nobody is, I'm going to go ahead and see that my thermite walked into pillar here, so I'm going to go look towards holding a cross angle for pillar here, and I'm going to end up getting myself a free kill off of the cover for thermite on his default plant. And then right here it's a nice 2v1 position. The last guy actually dropped for big garage in this position, and I'm actually going to get audio for it right here. So what I'm going to end up doing here is I'm just going to be holding a nice little angle. I'm actually going to rotate to trench here just because it's a little bit safer in this position for me to play for trench instead of the wine like boiler basically corner. And now all I'm doing is waiting for him to peek. He doesn't know I'm here for some reason, so I end up getting myself a free kill and securing the round after I cleared out a ton of the zombies and the utility to make that push all happen in the first place. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, please remember to give me some feedback down in the comments, as well as to make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And getting us into our next clip here, guys, we're going to be over on Consulate now. Now, the general idea with Consulate that I like to do usually is that I like to do some kind of admin take. Now, the admin take is kind of a little bit difficult because you do need some of your teammates to actually come help you for it. Luckily, in this clip in particular, I am playing with mostly a stack in this position here, so we're going to be doing a very heavy-handed admin push, which is a very competitive push if you can do it together with the rest of your stack. And the general idea that you guys just got to watch out for when you're doing this push is that you need to get multiple people on multiple repels. So usually what I'll do is I'll let my teammates go on these double windows here and just kind of like let them like play that, you know what I mean, as like their entry point. And then usually I'll go over to these other window sills to look for potential free kills. Now my teammates actually ended up rotating to the windows that I wanted to go to, so I'm going to rotate over to this break room window, and this window is actually really important to play as well. And ideally you have like every person on your squad like on one of these windows, because it does help out a lot in these type of positions, because you're going to see right here there's going to be a guy stuck in this corner inside of admin. He's going to realize that there's a lot of pressure on him, so he's going to go ahead and try to rotate back here. But since I'm on this window, I'm going to be able to cut off his rotate away and get myself a free kill on the Capcan right there. And then in response to him dying, I'm actually going to get onto my drone drone here just to try to see if there's anybody else inside a break room. There's nobody in break room, so I'm going to go ahead and just rappel in. And in general here, in this type of position, I would just go ahead and start droning. But I do decide to get a little bit aggressive here because I heard a mute inside of the hallway here. So I end up getting myself a free kill onto him and putting us into a nice 4v3 position. Now, my teammates yellow pinged this other room here, so I'm going to go ahead and spray across into this room. I actually forgot what that room is called off the top of my head, but long story short, when I wallbang that wall to put pressure onto him, my teammates are able to swing to get themselves a free kill and basically clear out this side of the map completely. Now we just got to worry about taking reception in this position. And the reason why we want reception, by the way, is it prevents a flank from secretary, and it also prevents people from being able to play and like swinging across for meeting, because then I can challenge through the double door for meeting and get myself free kills. Now, unfortunately, Doc was ratting behind the vending machine in this position. He's going to end up getting 2 free kills. Unfortunate. So, but that doesn't necessarily change what I have to do in this position. I still need to take reception to actually be able to win this round. I have to look for the kill onto the Doc here to be able to win and basically get the plant down. So right here, I'm going to push up to the double door for reception here. Hold the secretary door because that's where he was last seen. He's going to swing aggressively. I get myself a free kill. My teammate, my Nomad, is going to try to plant here. And luckily for me, I'm going to whiff on this Echo here. But luckily for me, my teammate is going to realize that I'm whiffing on this guy. So he's going to get off the plant, and then he's going to look for the refrag onto me here, and we're going to end up securing the round right there.